Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be casting a game between EXE's own Fernafth, I believe she was the division manager for the StarCraft NA division if I'm not mistaken, and a game with another guy known as Blackstar. Why does that name look so terribly familiar? Just can't quite place it. Now, one thing that I will highlight is that right now I'm using different audio settings than I was last time, and just gotta see how this pans out. But so far so good. So if you guys would just give me some feedback and tell me how the audio is, maybe the in-game sound is too loud, maybe my microphone is too weak, just leave a comment below and tell me how it goes. Alright, so spawning in the lower left hand corner, spawning as our Terran in the blue trunks, I give you EXE's Blackstar, Platinum League player, going up against the lower right hand corner EXeFirnafth. I really want to call her a cute little nickname, but I can't because she'll get on to me for it, and I don't think she's going to like it if I do that, so yeah. Hang on just a second, I do need to move something real quick. And my XSplit, there we go. Good enough, I guess. Now, one thing that I must say is that I highly appreciate what EXeFirnafth is doing right now. She's actually sending her Overlord to the north position, because if her opponent is actually spawning north-south, she will catch on to the Expo just a little bit faster than she would if she were to send it directly to her left, which is the actual location of where her opponent is. Doesn't really matter too much, but interesting. Looks like Blackstar is going for an SCV overhaul of some sort. Not for it, not against it, but of course it leaves me wondering just where is the economy. I don't know, it's kind of hinders production just a teensy bit, but no, wait. He's got more games under his belt as Terran than I do, so where do I have room to talk, right? There it is. The drone arrives, sees that there's no gas. And EXeFirnafth is just going to come over here and make sure that there's no expo going down. Yeah, no expo. At least not thus far, so what you got to do with the drone? Gotta pull it back home. Keep in mind that both these players are Platinum League, so we may not see the usual top-notch gameplay that I cast with Masters, Grandmasters, etc. But, you know, I just needed something to cast, and EXeFirnafth provided. Now, something I will highlight right now is that Blackstar is actually going for a particularly early gas. This leaves me wondering, is he going to open up with Reapers, or is he going to follow this up with maybe a factory? And I really like this move by EXeFirnafth. She's actually using her drone to harass. Is she gonna get that kill? Oh, that is a red health SCV right there. And the drone, is it gonna get chased away? Is it gonna get the kill? Come on, EXeFirnafth, open your eyes. Okay, well, EXeFirnafth just clicked on a mineral line to get it out of there. Better safe than sorry. And both players still about relatively even in terms of worker count. Of course, EXeFirnafth went ahead and threw down her gas, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't know about the double gas right here. But of course, this is the new kind of, I would say, somewhat standard opener for many Zerg players these days, considering the 111 for Terran is now so much stronger, considering the new units, the Widow Mine. Certainly not an exception to that rule. And there it is, the factory. We do have a reactor in production over here, so just what are we going to see from you, EXeFirnafth? Or, yeah, what are we going to see from you, Blackstar? And what kind of reaction are we going to see from you, EXeFirnafth? There we go. Somewhere in all that, we saw 100 gas get mined, and now Metabolic Boost is about 50% of the way done. Maybe I missed that earlier. Her mechanics seem to be very smooth. I actually didn't notice that earlier, but is this going to be a Hellion opener? I'm just gonna have to wait and find out. Maybe a double Reaper opener. I don't know. There's a lot of gas floating right now, but there is a start. Oh no, not a starport. A barracks in production, and now a starport. Interesting. Barracks before starport. I'm just wondering where Blackstar is gonna go with this. And here we go. The Lings are just coming up here, and they're gonna harass. But I would really like to see EXeFirnafth use some micro, but she's going to force, excuse me, not drones, but SCVs to get pulled to repair that. That's going to hinder some mining time just a teensy bit. As you can see, EXeFirnafth does have a slight lead there, even with the mules over here. One of them did just fall. One of them did just expire, if you will. And there's a supply depot right here at the edge of the base. I like that move. Excuse me. I like that move by Blackstar, just trying to make sure that he's got control of his own base. And here we go. But the question is, does eXeFirnafth know about what's in the main of Blackstar? Actually, she does not. She's completely oblivious to the fact that there are 2 Widow Mines and a medevac headed her way. She did send her Overlord in to just kind of poke around, but basically all that revealed was a single gas to the best of her knowledge. She's sending a lot more Lings, and she's got more gas. She's also got a Spine Crawler over here. Of course, personally, I think we should also see a, by the way, also a third that I didn't catch up on. Alright, and there it is, the Baneling Nest. I'm wondering if maybe this was kind of off timing from her. Not quite so smooth. Before I throw out any Lings for an offensive, I like to make sure that I have, ooh, but this could actually set, oh my god, there's no wall off here. This could potentially be bad for Fern. Oh, and it is. Wow, she lost about half of the Lings that she sent rushing into that base, so I don't think we're going to see too terribly much damage being dealt by eXeFirnafth. She is delaying mining time, which is actually quite a big deal if you just check and see how many bases both players are on right now. Fern is actually on 3 bases, only 2 of them mining, of course, but there we go. We got Lings rushing into the main. And these Widow Mines, well, only one of them's got enough for a charge. Oh, and that is actually kind of bad. Kind of tricked the Widow Mine into attacking its own SCVs, or into Blackstar attacking his own SCVs, and that's kind of panning out really well for eXeFirnafth right now. There it is. 2 SCVs just going wild on the mineral line, and finally the Marines are going to come in and clean this up. But splash damage, of course, from the Widow Mines, kind of like the Siege Tank splash damage, but a bit more, I want to say a bit more severe. There it is, more Lings going in, and the wall off is not complete. The supply depot is on fire. If it goes down, this could actually end up being much more potentially worse. There it is, SCV's getting pulled, and they come in just in time to repair it. eXeFirnafth is going to have to pull back. Only pulls back a handful of Lings. Oh, and now this is beautiful. She's got a way of getting in, but she's not paying attention. Ooh. Okay, and it looks like for now, for the moment, eXeFirnafth may just be forced to kind of pull back for a moment. If we check the worker count right now, eXeFirnafth is actually severely ahead. She's got 33 workers to 16. SCVs are being pulled yet again to repair the supply depot. So that's forcing all the more econ off of Blackstar's base. eXeFirnafth does have the ability to make Banelings. May not have occurred to her just yet. We have a Baneling that's not being used at all, but we also have a Spire in production. Just where is that bugger? Oh, over here. Lol. Okay, and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Widow Mines are right here. I think maybe this is a bit too many, but oh, hold your horses. More Banelings. Banelings is coming in, but yeah, eXeFirnafth's not gonna overcommit to that just yet. A handful of Lings get pushed up that ramp, and they're just basically trying to trip the Widow Mines. There's still one more left that can be used. What about here? Supply depot is still alive. SCV is still repairing it. And we still have our same orbital command that was floating from before. What Blackstar could do is just put that down in his main and send some mules down on the mineral line while 1 or 2 SCVs stick over here doing an infinity repair, if you will, on that supply depot. We do have 1 Mutalisk in production, ironically at the 3rd base, but it looks like eXeFirnafth is pretty all in here. A couple of Widow Mines did make it into the main of eXeFirnafth. One of them is not burrowed right now. That's actually kind of a hindrance. Ouch. And now there's an Overseer comes in to take down the 2 Widow Mines that were in her main. Let's see how many workers she lost there. 11. So now her income is pretty stretched right now as well. I really think both players should kind of just break off for now. eXeFirnafth actually has has a better means of worker production, but of course I can also understand her stress in wanting to go forward with this kind of all-in attack. And right now, oh my god, the supply depot has been lowered and not raised. Now it's raised. And this orbital command is not going to be safe today, guys. No, sir. Mutalisks just grouping up over here, and I think Blackstar is basically on borrowed time. Yeah, nothing too terribly exciting happening back home. There's a completely unsaturated, well, almost completely unsaturated third. And these Widow Mines are just waiting patiently for their opportunity to take down any unsuspecting Lings and Banelings. One Mutalisk flies in to make sure there are no Widow Mines. And now the coast is clear for the rest of those Mutas to join up, but I don't think that's going to happen. No. EXeFirnafth saw there were just a few too many Marines there for her liking, and this could be a little bad if eXeFirnafth doesn't pay attention to this little detail right here. Of course, there's a drop going down at the third. There's only a handful of drones to take down there. Right now, Terran's main is just absolutely dry. 340 minerals per second for income. I don't think this is going to pan out. But here we go. Drops coming back to the main. eXeFirnafth almost completely unsuspecting. About 9 mutas there versus 8 stimmed Marines. And as long as they stay grouped up and microed correctly, they should be able to clean this up no trouble. Actually, not clean it up, but eXeFirnafth is forced to use her mutas to deal with it, which is not cost effective. With supply block, now making 6 overlords and unsupply blocked. There we go. So checking Fern's income right now. I don't know where to place everything, but I think she's also completely unaware of these Widow Mines right here. If she flies into them, it could actually, take out pretty much all those Mutalisks. There's another medevac drop getting ready to go down, but I'm wondering, what is this Zergling doing here? Is this checking for hidden expos? eXeFirnafth must be wondering to herself, okay, why is this game still going on? That kind of thing. And I like the spread on these Widow Mines, quite beautiful. Kind of like a pro, but of course sending Lings in one at a time kind of makes them about as useful as Banelings being sent in one at a time. Of course, that's why you gotta have Marines accompanying them almost at all times. Now the Lings are just coming in to kind of chase them back, but I think now would be a good time to send everything in for eXeFirnafth. There we go, another medevac drop in the main of eXeFirnafth, but it's not being microed. That means it's not being paid attention to just yet, but now it is. Looks like we're gonna see Blackstar take down the, I think, for a minute. How do you say this in English? Oh, right. It's Spire. There we go. Lol. And that drop is still ongoing right now. Ooh. So here we go. The Marine's trying to make it into the mineral line, but of course there's a spine crawler there to deal with whatever comes its way. Blackstar really making effective use of its drops, but of course there's a spine crawler everywhere, like in each of these. And I think the spine crawler itself will be able to take care of this drop. Yeah, along with the spore crawler. Basically gotta clean it up. Make short work of it. And the Widow Mines, of course, again, being accompanied by Marines. Oh, and that is not effective use of Widow Mines right there. They basically just got taken down by 2 or 3 Baneling explosions, but more and more Widow Mines are actually out and on the way. Checking production, we actually have 5 Marines and 1 Widow Mine being cranked out at a time, but I think with the floating economies that we see right now, Terran should definitely be focusing on production just a little bit more. Infrastructure. These mutas are going to fly into the main, which is completely bare and almost completely unprotected. I just really wish we'd see, what's the word I'm looking for? More poking, more prodding, more figuring out what's going on in there. But for the time being, that doesn't seem to be eXeFirnafth's current focus. She is taking down some supply depots, which at this stage in the game would give her a critical lead. Now we're approaching the 20-minute mark with a 3-base Zerg playing against a 2-base Terran. Let's check the upgrades for just a moment, huh? Okay. I don't see any +1/+1, but... poor eXeFirnafth. She's actually researching +1 Carapace and +1 attack on the same evolution chamber, more than likely by accident. And we see Blackstar just tacking on more and more and more barracks. Mostly Marine-based army. Of course, the mutas are over here trying to get some damage done, but with all those Marines, I don't know if that's possible or not. And Supply Depot is going to fall in just a moment. Yeah, but eXeFirnafth is not paying attention to these mutas. That's possibly the most expensive part of our army. And now she's focusing down this Widow Mine. Does a good job of doing it. Alright. And so far, I want to say that eXeFirnafth really needs to get some Lings in there with her mutas. They'll tank for the damage, get us around in the Marines, and add additional damage to the fight. A medevac drop going down here at the 3rd again. But there's 2 spine crawlers here. I think they can focus down this one and then concentrate on the mineral line on a hold position, but it's just going to depend on where things go. They are focusing down the hatchery, just outside of the range of the spine crawler. Quite convenient, and unfortunately everything that we see from eXeFirnafth is forced to pull back and deal with this. But the Marines are targeting it down, they're clicking it down, and they are getting taken down because of it. Alright, and that's a lot of Banelings there. Oh man. But there's a Widow Mine here to take care of any Banelings or Lings that go in that direction. They do deal out 120 damage, 120 focal damage, excuse me, 125 focal damage to any target. But to every target that surrounds it, I believe they only deal out 40 damage. So that's more than enough to take down a group of Banelings, a group of unsuspecting Banelings that are heading into a target, if you will. Yeah, one of them did just go off that one. And of course, the mutas here going back into the main. There's only a couple of Marines here to deal with this, but there is a Widow Mine laid out right here to swipe any unsuspecting mutas. And speaking of unsuspecting mutas, looks like Fern wasn't quite microing those ones, not quite keeping control of them. But the one thing that I do want to stress right now is that Widow Mines can actually, they can be a real game changer. They can definitely deal out a lot of damage on this mostly Ling, Baneling, Mutalisk composition army. And now I would definitely say it's time for eXeFirnafth to take a 4th base as her main is getting mined dry. Yeah, only 1 mineral patch there left and it's at 145 minerals. And Blackstar I think should really definitely try to push out for a 3rd. Sit down some Widow Mines in this direction or that. And we see Corruptors being thrown into the mix, which means I think we're going to see Broodlords very soon. Yes, she has the ability to make them. She's stacking a lot of economy right now. In this kind of a position, I would be quite tempted to actually just, you know, morph some Broodlords right here and then just have them fly into here to attack. And I think from there it would just basically be GG. But she's going to go ahead and morph them right here. She has a safe read on them, safe positioning of basically everything. You know, Overseer, relatively safe. But we have a medevac drop that's getting ready to go down to the 3rd. Just as the 4th is being put down, there's a scan over here to get a read on it. But of course, our Terran does know about the Mutalisks that are there, I believe. And the question is, will they cross paths? It looks like no. The Mutas more than likely did not. I'm pretty sure they did not see eXeFirnafth. Excuse me, eXeFirnafth did not see the medevac drop going down there. But of course, the medevac drop has now been spotted. These Marines are basically meant to deal with it. Are they going to target down the hatch? Yes, they're just going to target down the hatchery and ignore everything else around it. It's alright though, because eXeFirnafth does have a 4th base. She can just go ahead and send all those drones to that location. But of course, her income in comparison to the Terran player that we see right now is actually not the best. But she does have the tech advantage. That would mean Broodlords here. And we don't see any Vikings from Terran to actually deal with this right now. Nothing to really answer this. What we have to see from eXeFirnafth right now to really seal the deal is get some Infestors in the mix. They are trying to target down these Broodlords. This is not going to work out, but the Broodlings are going to force the Widow Mines to target down the Marines that are right next to them. And it looks like some Marines just got caught out in the open there. Quite inconvenient in my opinion, but really we need to see eXeFirnafth actually be willing to go forward with this. Oh my god! That was not good for eXeFirnafth. She just lost a good chunk of Lings, but if she just continues to power through this, she doesn't know how many Widow Mines are here. She's just got an Overseer right here. I don't know. 1 Baneling goes off. 2 more do, but they only get a couple of Marines out of all that. And Banelings are morphing right here. This is just not the timing for eXeFirnafth. And now the Broodlords have been taken down, and the Banelings are getting shot down one by one by one, and now we see most of the Marines pulling back. And now Blackstar's like, great, this is my chance to push back. Let me do it, let me do it, let me do it. More Banelings morphing over here. Question is, are we going to see eXeFirnafth hold with this? She's got a lot of Banelings in the mix, but the Broodlords here, they're kind of just stalling for time. The Banelings might be able to finish. They should be able to finish. We're just going to see where this goes. Holy cow. eXeFirnafth doesn't really concentrate on targeting anything down with these Banelings. No, and she's rightfully so doing that, I think. One Broodlord just kind of back here sniping everything, saying, hey, I got this, guys. I got this. I got this, bro. Yeah, but unfortunately all the Marines just dancing underneath it. Takes it down. The supply difference is now 100 to 93. And the third has been rebuilt, but I don't know if eXeFirnafth is going to be able to hold off against this. She's got a handful of Banelings in production. They are on creep, so this may just help out, but eXeFirnafth just GG'd and left the game. Alright, so if you guys are in EXE and you guys like to see this, go ahead and just click the subscribe button on this video. That'd mean me a lot. I'll continue to cast more replays as I get them. This is Breaker, thanks for watching.